We're going to go, here we go. So we're like within a 2-degree orb of this person's vertex, an opportunity of some sort, right? But an opportunity to release something. Aha. Right. These are wounds, energetic bonds, emotions, right? There's something that's going to be happening. Something with the daily routines, jobs, tasks, maybe work projects. So what else is happening? Well, let me see. We're at 10 degrees. We're getting closer. This is 6 degrees. Remember, the second house cusp line is 6 degrees. If this person has, 3 jobs, you said right now, has been working 3 different jobs, or the same 3 jobs possibly for over 5 years, 7 days a week or some crap like that. And you see what happened during that time? Well, you can't see it, Lou, but I'll tell you what happened during that time. We're at January 21st, and the week before, Venus hit this person's midheaven. Venus came up and hit this person's midheaven at 15 degrees. So if I were to back it up a day or two, or a week, because Venus then trines this person's ascendant, and it's Venus trining Mars. Venus trining Mars, folks. That's good energy. January, first week of January, January 9th. It's for all of us. Venus and Mars are trining, and Mars is back at the 8-degree mark. Now, I think this was all that family stuff that began, if I'm not mistaken. But the air is important because this person has their Pluto at 9 degrees, at 8-9 degrees. So this is Mars and Pluto and Venus trining. I backed it up quite a bit because I wanted to just see the history before Venus hit the person's midheaven, hit CCC's midheaven. Interesting, because Sirius is in air too at 4 degrees here, at 5 degrees actually. Huh. Ooh. This person also has a Mercury return happening. Mercury's going to be doing a retrograding Capricorn, folks. I'll have a video for it. Yeah. So what does that say, Lou? You said the person had an offer. So if you have Mercury in Capricorn, Mercury's news and information. Possibly some more information coming through. It has to do with the goals and the ambitions or job. Really good possibility. Let me skedaddle back over here. And then the sun, the transiting sun, is going to be on this person's natal Venus. Interesting. I like that for this person. I like that a lot. So, yeah. All I can think to say is we have to be open to opportunities. And if this person's not open to whatever opportunities come, and I'm not saying they're not open to them, right? But if opportunities come and this person, there's got to be a line of communication open, right? There's got to be a willingness to consider. Because I often see this, and I've seen it before. Again, this trine energy, it opens up that 5th house, which is children again, daily routines. Yeah, it's that 5th house. There's just going to be a lot of support for that at this time. There's a lot of trine energy happening in Capricorn and in Libra, and air energy, I should say, in Aquarius. And Saturn is now past that person's 5th house cusp. Or I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I just said that. That was crazy. I meant their MC, their midheaven. Let me go look at the Saturn energy. Let me back up a little bit for you. So here we are in December, and now Saturn is at 20 degrees. Saturn's going forward. Saturn is near their midheaven, right? Now, 20 degrees, does this person have anything over here at 20? Anything over here at 20? Anything in the other air signs at 20 that makes things happen? What I'm finding out, especially with this individual's chart, you see how they have so much stuff spread out? It's never going to be some big, obvious click, where it's just like, oh, there's this grand trine and this does it. The way things are spread out, it's going to be a whole lot of small events that create the big event for this person, for this chart. But the Saturn hitting that midheaven again, Let me see what 20 degrees. Huh. Okay. This person's Chiron sextiles that. Okay. Let me see the other way. Oh, that's the galactic center. All right, there are Astreas at 18. Here's the thing with Astrea, and I'm going to touch on this because I think it's important. Astrea is kind of like, remember, it's that pit bull energy. So it's in relationships, it's in partnerships, and these can be business partnerships. And this chart has Astrea in Libra in the 5th house. So if there's things that you're recommending to somebody, for a person with a chart like this, Astrea is kind of where, if it's a pit bull, it it would be actually wise for it to consider things that it didn't want to consider. Meaning, because it's Astrea is just like, no, I don't want to do that. No, I want to do this. It's kind of got a very strong fixed energy, and it holds on to something, right? That's one of the really good things about it. But when you need that kind of energy, right, that's good. But when you want someone, when we need flexibility, it's not so good. It actually can be a problem. And it's kind of tricky because it sends Astreas at 18. So it sends a trine energy to this person's midheaven, which will then make this person a bit fixed in what they want to do professionally. Now, I'm only bringing this up because it makes it hard to be open to other options with Astrea there, right? So I'm kind of just like back at what I said originally. When the person's ready and when the universe lines it up, it'll happen. But I would look for something in December. Again, I'm not saying it's like, hey, but there's some news. There's something, because when a person has a Mercury return, you know what, this person has a birthday in December, which means their perfected planet is going to change. So let me check that for you real quick here. Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it? So let me go to the sheets. That's what I need. Let me go to December 28th is their birthday. Okay. Let me go to 2022. So just so we are clear, right now, this person's in a Venus cycle, right? It's their 12th house being lit up. Venus and Taurus, their 12th house. And interesting, on their birthday, okay, so that would have been last year's birthday. All right. Sometimes it happens a year later, but we're going to go to the next one. So this year, Mercury's going to be a big deal. Mercury on this person's birthday is the planet that will be their planet for the year, according to perfections. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's go to this person's chart. This happens on their birthday. It goes from birthday to birthday. It means the Gemini energy, because it's Mercury, it's Gemini. This is what's lit up for this person on their birthday. Wow. Oh, that can make something happen. That can make something happen. Like, good, because it's news and information, and it's business, it's Gemini, it's communications, it's networking. Let me see what they're saying on this chart. Okay, so on this, according to this software, doesn't mean it has to take this long, but this software is saying something becomes noticeable and tangible and material in July of 2023. Okay. And they're saying it's Saturn in Capricorn. So that could represent goals and ambitions in career and work, but it can also have something to do with father energy, authority figures in someone's life. Whoa. Okay. So that Mercury is a big deal then. It lights up all the Gemini energy. Uh-oh, hold on. I lost my lighting. Oh, Lord. Okay. I got my backup lighting in here. All right, so let me go to the chat real quick while I'm messing around with this. I don't know if anybody can see that chart any clearer. I think I saw. I said hello to Renee. I said hello to Penny. I'm sorry if there's someone here I didn't say hello to. Yeah, let me get my light thing going here. My other light. Yikes. Is the chart legible? Can you guys see that thing? I've got the lighting on the thing turned down so much, hoping it would help. All right, hold on a second. I'm moving a bunch of stuff here. I don't know why the light. Oh, because I was recording earlier. I'm like, why did the light already die out? All right, here comes the backup. Yikes. Yeah, it might be a little weird at first, but whatever. There we go. Whatever. We're on it. Okay. So, did I get this one? Yeah, I did. I'm on it. Alrighty. Alrighty, so let's see what we got. What else are we looking at here? Okay, so yes has the ability to help. All right, seems more and more employers are going. All right, let me go. I'm missing some stuff. Oh gosh, I hope so about the society honoring knowledge at the workplace with tons of travel for work, which yeah, look at the person's chart. And I could understand not wanting to be doing that anymore. Like it might be fun and exciting at a certain age, right? Being on the road, because Sag on the road. But again, remember, I'll give you an example of another person who has Sag in their sixth house. A lot of creative energies in their chart. And instead of them being on the road, and I've mentioned this person's chart many times because it was just so interesting, because Sagittarius, was the horsepower, and half human, half horse. Well, this person, being a seamstress, her Sagittarian energy in her sixth showed up for her. She was making costumes, and I don't think the word costumes is appropriate, but uniforms for the riders who are in like those horse shows and stuff, like the horses that do the. I don't know. No, I know nothing about horsery. Okay. So, anyway, that's how that Sag energy showed up for her. She started making uniforms, we'll say, for the riders. So that's how. So the thing is, as you could probably understand, it depends. Imagine. Have you ever done any sort of art? Right? When we're kids, what do we use? Right? The first thing we use normally is probably those fat crayons, right? And then we get a little older and we get to use like maybe a pencil. Hopefully we won't poke our eye out, right? We get a little bit older, we can use something that's sharper, a pencil, and then maybe a pen. And then when we get older, maybe even some chalks, because we won't eat the shit, right? But then when we even get older, we might get trusted with paints even, right? But then we even get, so what I'm trying to say is it's energy, but it just depends on how long we've had our feet in those energetic waters, and like, do we know how to use the material, right? Do we know how to use the energy? And so it's our job as individuals, and it's part of our free will to do with it as we please. So for some, again, for her, it was to make costumes for horses. For the other person, he was cleaning cars, but he was detailing them, right? He was custom detailing and stuff like that. So it can look many different ways. And you said this person literally did the traveling for work for a long time and might not want to do that and might not be considering that, which is fine. I get it. But, you know, that's this, this person's the one who's got to do it. So that's their thing. They have to live with it. Um, yes, Lou. So I'm sure I answered all this. The North Node in the 6th. Yep, that was right. And of course, their South Node and their Neptune is conjunct it. Yep, yep, yep. Did tons of travel. Okay. Interested. Oh, definitely interested in international and travel. Oh, definitely interested in it. Okay, well, that's good. That's that fire energy, and that's that Sagittarius stuff that we talked about. Think about it right now. We're in Scorpio season, right? Everything's in Scorpio right now. Well, everything's then going to go into Sagittarius. So there might be some opportunity or at least information. But again, I think when Mercury at the birthday, I would expect things to be different because think about this now. Think about this. This happens December 28th when their new planet for the year becomes Mercury. Okay. It's talking and communication, but Mercury in Gemini is business. Okay. It's coworkers and it's networking. But Mars is still going to be in Gemini until March. So right now we're looking again at December 4th. I'll go forward now because December 4th, I'm here because Saturn is approaching this person's midheaven, which is in air, right? And yeah, we're just going to move forward. Normally when Saturn goes to somebody's midheaven, Saturn does really well there. Saturn is like a reward. It's responsibilities though, because you don't get rewards without being able to handle responsibilities. So you mentioned a father figure, and this could be some other responsibilities that have to do with that. It could be. Could it be a job? It could be more responsibilities at the job. It can be because it's career energy. So I'm going to take us to this person's birthday, and that's pretty much where we see Mars is. I'm on January 1st, New Year's Day here. Mars is at 8 degrees, and this person's South Node is at 10 degrees in Gemini. Yeah. So Mars is going to be going over something that this person will be releasing. Maybe it'll be a coworker, right? But because it's in the 12th house, it makes it kind of hard to understand because it's hidden. So it's the subconscious. So subconscious stuff, Gemini stuff, subconscious thoughts, subconscious communications, right? And again, this doesn't mean that this is someone who's deceiving or who's, it doesn't mean that. Think about when you're asleep in your subconscious, right? Like it's that 12th house energy. Yes, it can mean a whole lot of other bad shit. If we were talking about somebody who, like I said, the ancient astrologers, or I mentioned it on an earlier video today, anytime they talked about the 12th house, there wasn't one positive thing mentioned about it. It was all negative. And it was just horrible. It was like, what the hell? And as a person who has a sun in their 12th, I take offense to that. Do you know what I mean? It was like, come on now. So just think of sleep and things that are asleep within us. Okay. So maybe that explains why having their South Node in their 12th, right? The subconscious scattered stuff is maybe asleep, and why they are able to have the ability to focus and get things done, to be able to have 3 jobs forever how long. And I also believe big part that it's given this person the ability to have multiple jobs for this long, as opposed to not having any work at all. So yeah, I kind of feel like seeing that Mercury taking off and becoming a factor, things might start to flow and feel better because it's air. And that is this person's midheaven. It's air. So while Mars is going back through the retrograde zones, the 8 degrees back to the 25 degrees, this chart's doing it with a profected Mercury this time. It will be different for this person. And travel might be a big deal. So I don't know if it's a mom and dad thing, if there's stuff that's still hanging in the air that this person has to take care of. But because it would be like, yeah, it could easily be home and career stuff because typically our ascendant, our physical body and our location, we think about what angles it, and it's our midheaven, our goals and our jobs, and then our home usually typically angle it. But this person's chart, it's a little bit different, which is fine. Not everybody's chart. We all have different charts. Everybody has different sized houses and stuff. So let me see. Saturn rewards. Yes, Renee, that's right. So Renee said it. Saturn rewards that invested time. It sure does, right? It's not a loss. It's not for nothing. Tons of experience. Well, that's the hard part, and that's why I'm hoping and praying. And not I'm going to be honest, it's not so much about a hope and a prayer, it's about that transition happening. There's the current mentality that's going to be going away, and I know we've had discussions about this before because this person does have a lot of experience. And this is a difficult time right now for jobs in general. you know um I mean, just got to be honest with the economy. Just got to keep it real. I mean, they're saying the jobs numbers are great, okay, but like, I know the bigger companies are concerned about their bottom lines, and so, right, we hear of massive layoffs happening, and if they haven't happened yet, they're saying, yeah, 2023 promises that, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. That's fear sells, and that's all they talk about. They make everybody fearful as hell. He gets the clicks. So it struck you as odd about no job. Seems more and more employers are going that route and being vague. Really? I didn't know that. That's believable, I guess, because of the fact that the workforce kind of got strengthened. The workers' rights are being strengthened right now. And so, March is also when, yeah, that's the interesting thing. March is also when Pluto is going to dip into air. It's going to dip into Aquarius. And so unions are going to become a huge thing. Yes, people being organized, unionized, that's going to be a huge thing. And so that's for the next 18 years. We're talking Pluto. So there's going to be more power. The worker's going to have more rights, more power, more leveraging. Yeah, and that's the unions. And so that's going to be making more of a comeback. So I think I think employers are aware of that. And hopefully, I don't know, whatever the hell, that's their problem. They're going to have to figure it out. They're going to have to figure it out because I just know you can't beat Pluto. So sweet little one. You must be talking about Taffy, I hope. Unless you got a little one with you. Oh, I probably missed something in the chat. I'm all over the damn place. Yes, he has the ability to help his parents right now. So exactly where he needs to be. Yeah, I would think so. And that's kind of what was coming through. I know I'm way behind in the chat. Let me catch up here. I know I'm probably talking about stuff or reading stuff that, okay, where the hell is this one? I'm really lost. Oh, I'm on St. Mary's, Georgia. Okay, I'm just all over the damn place. All right, I saw that one. Okay. Okay, I saw that. Okay, good. I'm caught up to there now. This dude is totally loyal. Right, absolutely. And a diplomat. Right. Very strong energy for diplomacy. Absolutely. There's a lot of strength. He's a professional. This person's a professional through and through. Capricorn in the 7th and in the 8th. The thing is, is I have a feeling, here's the thing, and again, this isn't about any judgments or what someone should or shouldn't do at all. But when somebody has like that Aquarian energy, like, is there anybody here in the chat? Does anybody have Aquarius at their midheaven? Or does anybody have their finger on the pulse of Aquarius energy and they feel like they can talk about it or share it here? Aquarius energy is it's the yeah, it's the rebel, but it's not without a cause. That's the exact opposite. It's a rebel with a cause. That's Aquarius energy, a rebel with a cause. And having this person having that Aquarius at the midheaven, it's almost as if I don't want to buck tradition because this person has, that Capricorn energy in their eighth. So it's something that it's energetically embedded in them. You know what I mean? Like tradition and doing it the way we've always done it, right? It's embedded energetically within this person. If you look at that Capricorn energy here in their seventh and their eighth house, mostly, yeah, all in their eighth, and what 5 degrees in their seventh. So it's a partnership for them, especially they're a sun in Capricorn too, right? So it really just hits it home where it's just like, yeah, tradition and sticking to the tried and tested. But see, we're coming upon the age of Aquarius. And so maybe it'll take, Pluto dipping into Aquarian energy for this person to get their first taste of something they never considered before. It's a possibility. And then Pluto's going to go back out and it'll spend the rest of 2023 in Capricorn at 28, 29 degrees, right? But then the following year in 2024, it's going to dip back into Aquarius again. Yeah. And so this person's going to have another taste of that. Now, is it going to be in a big way for them? They don't have anything at 0 degrees in Aquarius in their chart, right? I keep pointing up at their midheaven, but they have nothing at 0 degrees in Aquarius. And for that matter, they don't have anything in 0 degrees of Leo either. And in air, they don't have anything at 0 degrees in any of the air signs. But it's not just, we're all going to feel this, and so paying attention to Pluto going into Aquarius for a little bit of time and dipping out, it's like, just pay attention, just observe, right? Don't be, it's like and I'm saying this as much to myself as I am to anybody else. It's like we have to kind of be like open to what can be, the possibilities. But Aquarius is advancements for humanity. So it's definitely science, and it's all the inventors and inventions and tech and stuff that's not even invented yet, right? It's going to be a big deal. So let me see. Are we in the past or in the future? That's a good question. Time travel, yeah. Nail on the head, yes. Hesitant to try something, thinks they cannot do. Well, then what happens is that when we refuse to try something we think we can't do, I'll use myself as an example. Unless somebody else wants to use their life as an example, I'm all for that. I prefer not to talk about myself, but I can't talk about you. I don't know your life the way I know my life, It was like I got that nudge. I got that nudge in 2017. I kept hearing like, okay, you need to be doing YouTube. You need to be doing astrology. And I just thought, get the hell out of here. I don't want to do that. It's not that I didn't want to do astrology. Like, I loved astrology, loved it. But the idea of sitting here and doing this, doing something I knew nothing about, not that I couldn't draw up a damn chart and look at it and read it. That wasn't it. There's all this other crap that goes with it, all the tech side of it. There's a lot to learn. However, I put it off. Until end of 2018 came, and I could physically no longer work the way I was used to working. And that was when I said, "Okay, I guess I gotta do this," because I've been basically shown, "Well, we've eliminated your options." "Okay, you're right, you eliminated my option." And I thought, "Okay, what's the one thing I'm good at," you know? Because I can't do the other stuff that I enjoyed doing and that I just can't do it anymore. My body said, "No more." So, yeah, if we don't choose our options, we kind of it gets chosen for us, so to speak. What is that saying? Um, we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. you know? And I don't think there's a wrong way, to be honest with you. Cause yeah, I think yeah, I was just so hesitant though. I'm just trying to think like what were the pros of the delay in it for me? I understand the pros in the delay now, but at the time I certainly didn't see any pros in it. I just thought, what the hell? That's more shit that's going to take me more time to learn it. And first of all, I don't have the equipment. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, this doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense to me. It just made no sense. It was a whirlwind. All right, let me slide up here. Um, all right, let me slide up. Cassie at 1019 is saying it's still blurry. Well, I can't do another darn thing to help this. I'm so sorry. And it was never blurry before. It's so weird. Because it says, like, the internet's fine, I'm showing full bars, and I've toned down the display as much as I can, and I know when I turn the display up like this, it usually blurs out the color of the chart, and so I've been trying to turn it down. I mean, if you guys have an idea or a recommendation how to make it better, I don't know. It's hard at work right now? Cassie? Maybe you're talking to Lou. I mean, it does say at Lou. So Mercury is ascendant. Yeah, because this person is a Gemini rising. So Mercury rules their ascendant. And so that's what's Mercury's going to be this person's perfected planet, which is interesting. Gosh, I hope it was helpful. Oh, good. Good. Lou, I see multiple same things saying this is very helpful. This is help. Thank you. I just wasn't I was scrolling back to see what I had missed, so I didn't see any of this. I see it all now. I see all the double. I apologize. So current job is scheduling local travel for employees, and that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I know I kept hearing it in the last few days, like these big corporations and stuff are really like the climate change stuff. Things are really going to be changing drastically because they're going to be held accountable. Like there's going to be fines involved in shit. These people are going to be, companies are going to be forced to make the changes so that the way they do business is clean, whether they like it or not, because this is a matter of, like it has to be done. So when we talk about that major change, that's a huge change, like major. Think about that. Talk about structures of societies, right? Think about jobs that have existed for so long in a certain way, like the oil industry. Holy crap, right? The energy industry in general, just the changes there. Don't even talk about anything else. Just think about that alone. It's monstrous. And they have the money. They have the money. It's just a matter of someone needs to yeah. So what that's going to do is it's really going to change what the workscape looks like. It's going to change that. And so I think that's a big reason why there's so many people who are in that flux of okay, I'm doing this now, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And it's just like, okay, so what's my gig, and or what's my job as opposed to a gig, right? It's because things are changing. We're in that mode of transitioning. So Penny says it is tough getting noticed when applying for work right now. I have a feeling March should be better. Well, good. Yeah, they say that there's, the unemployment rate's low and it's a good jobs number, and I know I know that the things are changing, and I know jobs aren't thrilled that employees feel like they can make demands on them. Like they can say, okay, this is what I want for my job, or this is, what I'll agree to. They're not used to that. They definitely don't like that. They definitely don't like being in that situation. Hope all my comments are showing up. Yeah, did I miss some, Lou? I saw a lot of duplicates. So did I miss something? If I did, just print it again because I'm already down. I'm caught up. And I might not be caught up. That might mean that I skipped a lot of stuff. I just kept seeing a lot of duplicates. I saw a lot of thank you, this helps so much. Um, yeah. I mean, I'm seeing that one. I've seen that one 4 or 5 times, and it looks identical. It looks identical. Yes. Helpful. It's very understanding. This forecast has helped me to, yes. And I know how it is, like, the internet goes in and out, and you press send, and then you're thinking it's not getting through, and then all of a sudden 10 of them go through, and it's the same damn thing. Yeah, I know a little bit of something about that. Okay, so I'm assuming I'm all caught up then, and if I'm not, just say it again, just type it in one more time for me because 'cause I'm down. I've slid through the thing, and Penny says the end of March 2023. Penny, what do you know that we don't know? Share with us. Penny, did you tell us? And I'm sorry if you told us where you were watching from and I didn't see that. Uh, and Cassie, sorry things at work are so. I'm assuming you're talking about yourself. All right, Alyssa, let's see. Alyssa says, has always, I think the universe has always chosen for me. That is how it seems for me anyway. Yeah, it comes down to the individual allowing. You have to allow the universe to do that, and then the perception of it, because I think many times that's how it works. Although, especially when we're younger, we can choose to we can fight it, go against the current, go against the flow. But Piscean energy is all about going with the flow because it sees, it recognizes, it feels it even. And it's just like, oh, well, obviously this is the way it's going. And it honors that, as opposed to, oh, what the hell? No way. And then going against it, right? You are welcome, Lou. Yep, you are welcome. Yeah, and it wasn't I mean, I know so many people who, whether they're the same age as me or a little older than me or even a little bit younger. Matter of fact, there was someone who I think I was really shocked. They were like 10 or 20 years younger, and they were totally not about doing things through, like, just being involved on the internet or on, like, they were really old school. And I was like, it was I was perplexed. It was bizarre. I'm like, "Wait a minute. You're supposed to know more about this shit than me." Like, it was wild. I was like, "Holy crap." So it just depends on a person's chart, everybody's at a different place. And yeah, no wrong or right. It's just what it is. And we all get led to that spot or that path, that route. It just guides us to it. We just get guided to it. And Gemini, remember, let's not forget Gemini's choices. Gemini's all about options and choices. So having a perfected Mercury after that person's birthday, there definitely may be some choices that weren't available before. It's a possibility. I don't don't want to give false hope, because remember the chart said something about work and responsibility, Saturn energy, not until July of 2023. So that's 7 months away. Yes, right? Finally holding their asses accountable. Finally. Okay. So Penny's saying for the job market, end of March 2023, with Pluto dipping into Aquarius for a moment. Yeah, I think it's just going to be like this all of a sudden, like, so there are jobs that are like job creation, possibly, right? That makes sense. Job creation, even. Nevada. Well, thank you, Nevada. Thank you, Nevada. And Arizona, thank you. I want to thank you all personally. Thank you, Arizona and Nevada. How awesome. How awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, there's a lot of people to thank. Just thank you for everybody and anybody that voted. I don't want to spend too much time on that, but that's, you know, I was talking to somebody. Oh, actually, I don't think it was a talk. It might have been a text message. I forget. Everything just becomes a communication now. And it was someone who had never voted before in their life. And they are, oh shit, I don't know, 5 years younger than me. And again, no judgment. This was just a person who was just like, you know what? I hate politics. That's not for me. And I said, I get it. I completely get it. I said, but we're just at a time where like shit's changing, and it's at a time where it could go really bad really fast if we don't step in and take and just at least let our vote, like, just vote and let it be counted. Just vote and just kind of do whatever the hell you can. And it wasn't a discussion about who you're going to vote for. It wasn't a discussion about that. It was just, this is just a time where we kind of need to take accountability for the world that we live in, and that starts with us individually. And so anyway, I don't know, we talked about something else. And do you know that on the day, for us in the States, by the way, the election was last Tuesday, right? So I said last Tuesday. Today's Saturday, so a few days ago, Tuesday. How about that? I got a text message, and the text message there were no words. It was just a picture. It was a picture. This person sent me a picture of themselves, and they had the big "I voted" sticker on their chest. And I was like, no freaking way. I was shocked. So anyway, thank you for everybody that participated. How about that? Alrighty. So I have to agree with Alyssa. Let's see. I have to agree with Alyssa. I have learned that the universe guides me by the way of subtle hints and coincidences. See, that's a really excellent point, but not everybody perceives those subtle hints and coincidences or nudges, right? We have to be able to perceive them. It's not that they're not there. I'm a firm believer. I really strongly believe that everybody gets those nudges and we get those hints. It's whether we sense them, whether we can see them, whether we perceive them, and that is difficult. Like the ones who see the messages, who hear, or however you want to talk about it, whatever way, subtle hints. You're very fortunate to be able to see and to hear those subtle hints and to understand what they mean. That's the other thing, right? Yeah, we can get the hints, but we don't know what the hell they mean, because free will is a big deal. And not everybody has as much free will as others in their charts. I know that too. So yeah. Keep getting error. Oh no, I'm not getting any error. Although right now, I will be honest, StreamYard is telling me we have one speck. So you guys I'm probably all blurry and crazy. It's telling me we have one speck, and now it's going up in things, and now it's saying we're fine. Now it's saying we're absolutely fine. So hopefully you're still with us, Lou. So Lou S says, tell us more, Penny. Yeah, like we want to know. Lou said, I keep getting error. Oh, got you. And that's why you kept sending it. Well, that's what I figured, it was something crazy, but don't worry about it. That's why I said to repeat whatever. Is Awesome Alice still here? That was yeah. I think she's in South Africa, right? Yeah, South Africa in the house, in the room, in the star room. So yeah, Renee, let's hear from what you got to say. I told my boss I don't think my intended job exists yet. Yeah, I believe that one. And that's just the thing. How many people have like some awesome skills, right? Or gifts. So many people have skills. So many people have gifts that they have not discovered yet. This I know is true. Skill sets and gifts that we haven't not only discovered, but once you discover them, you develop them, right? You work your craft and you develop it. So I think God, I think of Pluto in Aquarius, and my mind immediately, it's like I see, like, I can't tell you what I see. It's moving so fast. I can't even describe what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing shit flying, like stuff moving fast. And not like shit flying like someone's throwing something at me. It's like I'm getting like a bunch of different movie scenes or something. And they're just like these quick intros, and it's just fast, man. It's just fast. And it's just like, okay. So it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time to be alive. We're here with entering into, you know, we're just literally letting go of the 3D and elevating, right? We're elevating like humanity, the planet Earth, we're elevating into more 4D energy. So it's like when we think about the future and we think about, oh, I need a job, it hasn't been created yet, it doesn't exist yet. That is like that statement, Renee, so true. Right? So true. So true. So maybe that's a big part of this for that individual, Lou, that job, it doesn't exist yet, right? It doesn't exist yet. Yeah. Oh, Penny's coming on with some good stuff here. What do we got, Penny? All right, so let me do this real quick, and then what time is it? I'm gonna see if I can find what's his face's birth digits and get a chart drawn up for him if he's still here. I think he is. He chimed in. So we need to, and don't be offended when I say what's a face. Like everybody, don't. Anthony, there you go. All right, so we need to take more time and have more patience. Am I reading this right? Yeah, more patience with our job choices now with Mercury and Mars retrograding. Yeah, I agree on that totally. Below the video, I'll have all the degrees for those of you who like to pay attention to the degrees in your chart. Again, if you don't know and you want to know, just comment below.